access ERP, you can map it to your domain. You can add a subdomain to your website as well. Uh, once the ERP is mapped to your domain, a login page comes in. Each user would have their own user ID and password. Based on their user ID, the roles would be defined. Roles would be defined. Uh, once I add the user, let's say I'm logging into the system, same login ID and password. I click on login. This based on my user permission, my screen would get updated. So right now I'm logged in through admin user ID. So I can see the whole module over here in the over here in the left hand side. There are 14 major modules from accounting to manufacturing, buying, HR, selling, stock. You'll find everything over here. In this module, when you click on this module, you'll find shortcuts. There are list view of all the documents over here. As you can see, this is a home page. Over here, basic structures which is required to set up a company, item, customer, supplier. Uh, you'll find it over here in accounting chart of accounts for stock, item, warehouses, human resource employee. Now, if I click into accounting, you'll see all the details. So there's a dashboard, basic dashboard can come up over here. You can see the shortcuts over here. These shortcuts are customizable. You can customize the shortcut based on their preferences. Each user can have their own screen, own workspace dedicated to themselves. Then we have reports and masters. In this, all your masters data would come company, your fiscal year, accounting period, terms, your ledger detail, receivable reports, all the financial reports. So, the structures will be same throughout the system. Okay. Now over here, this is a search bar. This is a centralized search bar. You type in customer name, document number, anything. It will search the whole system and give you the results. Now, let's say let's say I'm opening an item. When I click on an item, you'll find filters on the right hand side. These are the basic filters which are already there, assigned to created by was created respective document. Then you have tags. You can add tags as well to each and every document in the system. You can have a filter named a global filter defined over here in the system. Each document will have their own filters, as you can see over here, item name, item group. These are the filters. Let's say you want additional filters which you don't use regularly. You can click on this filter. In this filter you can add multiple combinations. Let's say I want to bifurcate something based on whether it's a stock item or not. I'll just type maintain stock. Yes. Apply filter. So I'll be able to see items over here. Now there are four different views. One is report view, dashboard view. You click on this report view. This view over here, it's a basically better view. If you want to see multiple, structured data over here, uh, let's say you have a vast data, vast details. You want to see in first page itself. You can go for report view where you can keep on. If you click on this big column, you can keep on adding data. Let's say I want to see item code, item group, all this detail. I click on submit. I'll be able to see those details. Now you have group by, I'll remove this. As you can see, all these details would come up. You can access item from here itself. You click from here, it will take you to the document. Then all the reports in the system are exported, can be exported in Excel and CSV format. Then there are multiple reports which are specific to each doc type. So let's say right now we are in item. You can see all the reports which are related to items are there, stock, variant details, everything will find it over here. Likewise, if I go to customer, I'll find customer detail. If I go to sales invoices, I'll find all the accounts receivable, sales register kind of reports over there. These are doctor specific reports. You click on this, then there is a dashboard view, image view for items, multiple views over here. So this is how the structure of the system will look. You'll find add button at the right hand side everywhere. For to add any new document, you'll have to click on this button. There's a pop-up page comes up for basic data where you are the basic data is required, group code, whether it's a stock item, opening and selling it. These are the basic data. When you click on full page, whole big details comes in, whether you want to do a reordering or serial number, default company, multiple details comes up over here. Same, this is the structure of ERP. Now I'll show you a demonstration for trading. For trading, basically the flow would be first comes in selling. Selling starts with CRMs. In CRM, you'll find lead, how to generate lead, from lead converting this lead to opportunity, and from opportunity to quotation, then creating a sales. Once the order is booked, you create sales order, and from sales order, uh, your sales order becomes the main document of the system. From sales order, you either create a work order, a purchase order, or you create a delivery if the stock is there in your warehouses. So I'll just show you the CRM part first. If I click into CRM, mm, so lead. So when I click on lead, so lead basically, there are multiple statuses over there. You can filter it out based on what stage you want. So let's say these are the stages. As you can see, this one is converted. This is replied. This is into opportunity, and this is still lead, and this is open. So the status means that this particular uh, lead has been converted into opportunity. Prospect has been replying to us regularly, whereas Puma has been converted. We have received the order from for this particular lead. Prospect is still open. We This lead is not yet confirmed whether we there is no communication yet with this lead. Airbus is still in the lead stage, and Aditya Infra is moved into opportunity. So to generate a lead, you just have to click on add lead button. So the fields which are red are mandatory fields over here. As you can see, you'll have to mention the first name. Let's say I'm prepping a sample company. So first name, sample person, or I'll just first name, Mr. Let's say organization, sample organization. Over here we can add last name, middle name, at what designation is working. Let's say he's a business development manager, gender, then basic email addresses, phone, mobile number, WhatsApp number, additional information, which industry he belongs to, market segment. All these requests are whether it's a product inquiry information, what kind of lead it is, whether it's a lead, channel partner, consultant, you know, when is the next contact date by, and who's going to contact him next. Let's say there are multiple sales user in your organization. You can assign people to particular leads over here. Let's say Aniket should contact him. Next contact date is, let's say, on 11th. So an auto uh, is created on his name. He receives notification on the respective date. Let's say on 11th, you'll have to uh, attend this event. These are the details, and you can view this detail from him. So basic details would come up over here to save this. N- Now the lead is generated. Let's say you can see over here when is the next contact date. If you open lead, over here, you can add to prospect this stage. You can see all the connections over here, whether the opportunity is created, quotation is created, all those things. Now, see over here, you can have a comment section over here where you can, keep on commenting data. Let's say, hmm, uh, add discussion over products. See comment. So this would be there. Who has commented? Everything would be seen over here. You'll find all the timeline. So if you want to mail it from mail the lead from here, you can mail it to him. You can attach a newsletter and everything from here. If you want to create an event, even create an event. Already an event is generated for 11 uh, for Aniket. Yeah. Now, let's say now this lead has been created in the opportunity we are discussing, and opportunities, and now we want to talk about some item. We create opportunity, we click on opportunity. So from lead, you can directly convert into quotation as well, or directly create a customer. You don't have to follow this way. It depends on uh, transaction, how you want to maintain it. So over here, same as soon as the lead is selected, all the data would flow from the lead, next contact date, everything would follow up from lead over here. Let's say let's say what to discuss. I'll add. Let's say I want to add some item. I just click on with items. I can add items which we are discussing. Let's say I'm discussing about the following item. This is the item which was there. I'm discussing about this, and this is the rate and everything comes up over here, and I'm saving this opportunity. So there are various stages added over here, you know, sales stages. Now, let's say it is into this stages. Right now, you can see the stage changes and everything over here. First, and if you want to maintain like from which source the lead is generated, you'll have to update this. So let's say it's whether it's an advertisement, campaign, cold calling. Via this, you'll be able to manage. You can see the lead reports as well. You can see another sales pipeline from and this sources where you are receiving the lead, and if all the effective sources, and you can work on it later on. Okay. You can attach files. Here is visiting card details, any brochure shares. You can attach it over here in the system, and this whenever you open this opportunity, you'll find it over here. So once let's say you lost this opportunity, you can close this opportunity. See, you can close it, you can reopen this opportunity. So once this is done, if I go back to my lead, as you can see, this is the lead. Sample organization. See, this is into opportunity stage right now. If I click on this lead, I'll see one opportunity is generated. Now, let's say after opportunity is generated, now you quote the customer. If click on create quotation, now you can share a quotation to a lead. The basic detail you can add is address, everything over here. Create an address, add new address line one. We can add GST state, everything over here. Okay. Validity to for this quotation item. Let's say now you want to increase the quantity, you can increase. Let's say you want to increase the item. After discussion, we wanted another item. The rates would come up automatically. You can change the rate. Sales tax, if it's an outstate customer, automatically the GST would be converted, calculated on the item. If you want to give additional discount, you can give additional discount based on grand total, net total. You can add percentage as well as let's say 5%. This is the amount. Everything comes up over here. You can add payment term. Let's say select payment term. This is full. This is the due date. You can change the due date as per your liking. Okay, invoice portion as well. You can add terms and conditions. Default terms and conditions can be created. You can add terms, whatever you want over here, and save this document. Once you save this document, it is still in draft mode because till the time you don't submit it, this is not yet confirmed. You can make changes in the system. Let's say you want to, decrease the validity of the product, let's say by one. You can still make the changes and save the data over here. Let's say when you click on submit, now this quotation has been fixed. Now if you go over here to opportunity, you can see that one quotation is generated for this opportunity. See, this is in still open state. I click over here. You can from here itself you can email the customer. If you click on print, there are various print formats set. These formats can be set as per your organizational letterhead would be added. Details can be changed over here. So I go back to quotation. Now, once this quotation has been accepted, now we'll have to create order. For creating order, this is to you have to generate a customer. So you have two options. When you click on create sales order, it will ask you to generate because in customer master, customer group, and territory is mandatory. So now it is automatically not generating customers. So it asks us. So it gives us an pop up that please create a customer from lead. When I click on lead, there's an option create customer. So all the basic details of which group does it belongs to, whether it's a group customer, is from government, or a distributor, any customer group respective to your business, you can add it. Your territory, let's say it's India, you can add you can have district wise, city wise bifurcation, whether it's a GST regular, unregistered, composite, overseas. Is that everything is fine? Primary contact detail, currency detail, everything, the credit limit on default payment term. All these details will find it over here. You save this. Customer is generated. Okay. Once a customer is generated, you can directly go now go to quotation. Go to quotation. Create sales order. See, all the data which was there in quotation would flow into sales order. The customer is selected over here. Now you just have to add your delivery date. If customer has released some PO, you can type in customer PO number and say this is customer PO number. What is customer PO date? Basic data account. You can add the details over here, addresses, contact person, everything. Each item you can have different delivery dates for each item. Let's say this should be delivered on 22. You can do that. Taxes, everything comes up over here. All these things, if you want to make changes, you can make it right now and save. So now it is done. Now your basic calculation is done. As you can see, your sales order is done. Your sales order is saved. You go back to your quotation. Now your quotation would be ordered. Same way your lead would be ordered. And if you want to see your sales pipeline, that's your CRM, you'll be able to see. You have reports. So let's say sales pipe. If you want to see sales pipeline, this is the day. You can have quarterly as well. All those things, status, open, quotation, sales stages. So it's owner wise, it's sales stage wise, and let's say this is reply. It's open. There is nothing open. Quotation, amount. Everything can be done over here in the sales pipeline. You have sales funnel, active leads, one opportunity, quotation converted. This is on. Let's say I change it to this. The date, you can see this there was 5 active leads, from 5 active leads, 4 opportunity, 2 quotation, and out of 2 quotation, both of them got converted. You can see. So there are n number of report in CRM. If you want to see, you will find all the reports over here, and the campaign efficiency, lead owner, everything over here. Now let's say uh, now we were into sales order. Once we are there into sales order, so let's say this sample. As you can see over here, the status is to deliver and bill. So right now, to create a delivery, I just have to click on create delivery note. As you can see, it's in orange, and if I click on edit, I would be able to see the active stock of this item. Right now, there is no actual quantity of this particular stock in my warehouse. So now, when I have to order this, look at this warehouse, I'll have just have to click on create. So I can create purchase order from directly from the sales order, or I can generate a material request and it goes to my purchase team. Then purchase team, does the purchase and create this, and the stock is updated and I do the delivery. That is one way to do it. Now, let's say I go to material request, click on material request. Okay. By let's say 11th, I want this both the items by 11. Okay, and I save. So once I save this material request and submit this, this would go to my purchase team. Purchase team would now look into this document. They'll click on create. They'll see, okay, this they can on create on purchase. Let's say they can select from default supplier if they want to, or else they can directly click on create. In the purchase order would be, the item would be there in purchase order and everything over here. Let's say they want to directly create my item for multiple material requests. They just have to click on add purchase order, get item from material request. Let's say this is the item. Let's say this is the material request I wanted to select. This is the another one. I'll click. See, automatically the dates and everything by when it is required, what is the quantity, everything comes up over here. Okay, let's say I'll change this to one. I'll select the supplier name over here. This is one of my supplier and address comes in directly over here. Company details, everything comes up over here. Same, you can add your details over here. All your rates, everything would come up total. If there is a terms and condition, you can apply over here. Print, save. So see, there is already a validation over here. Save. Submit. Once this is submit, you can print the purchase order. You can share this purchase order with your supplier directly. Now, once the purchase order is generated, to view how much purchase order are open, there are reports. So as you can see over here, there is a purchase analytic report and purchase PO order, you know, analysis report. When I click on this report, I'll able to see how much items are there to be ordered, how much are received, how much are pending to receive, what is the pending amount to be billed, and everything via one single report. This report can be grouped by purchase order wise, so I can see one single order if I want to. Right, I can see the number of items which are there and the order. Same goes with sales order. In sales order, you will find sales order analysis where you'll see how much item is delivered, how much is pending, and how much are billed. So, so now when you do purchase order, after purchase order, there are two ways to do it. Either you create a goods received note, a purchase received, to take stock in, or you can do it via single document, a purchase invoice itself. So over here you can go to stock module. In stock module, you file purchase receipt, purchase receipt. You can click on add purchase receipt. Add purchase receipt. I can click on this purchase order. First, gold trader, that item from purchase order. I can select the purchase order, the date would come over here. You can reject if there is any reject quantity, you can add rejected quantity. It would move to your warehouse and everything. The data flows in, let's say the quantities are correct. Save. It's over from this quantity. I'm just trying to only two. I've received two. One is pending. When I submit this, my stock is hit. I can see my stock ledger from here. I can see my accounting ledger from here. Let's say I click on my stock ledger. We'll be able to see, okay, this much quantity has been received over here. And this is the document date, the incoming rate, everything over here. Okay. Now I go back. Now, if I want to generate an invoice, I can directly click on create, generate purchase invoice. And if I want to generate multiple invoices for multiple purchase receipt, I can get item from purchase receipt. I can see so for Google Traders how many purchase receipt I have done. I can select and get item and generate the purchase invoice for them and save. This is how purchase invoice is generated. Okay. If you click on print format, formats are already set. These formats are customizable. Okay. You can add dates, everything over here. As you can see, dates, supplier invoice detail, everything. You can attach the supplier invoice over here. And this is how the status would whether when you pay the supplier, his status is changed. So AGM change, it is still in overdue. You haven't paid them. You'll be able to have an overview while looking at the purchase invoice page itself. Now the stock is in. If I go to sales order right now, I click on this my order. I have to deliver this order. Now my stock is there. I can go to my stock balance report. When I click on my connection, I can see one material request is generated, one purchase order is generated. And I click on this purchase order, I can see the number of amount which is billed, number of these three are in stock, one is pending. The color itself indicates. I can see the order status from here itself. How much percentage billed now I have not submitted this purchase invoice, so it is not billed yet. Once I submit it, that percentage would change. Received amount is how much. You can see the received percentage over here. Okay, everything. Your central document should be sales order. Material doc. You can see this purchase cycle linked to your sales order from here itself. Okay. Now let's say you received an advance from him. From here itself, you can create a payment entry. Payment entry. Receive this amount. What is the mode of payment? Everything again from here itself. Here, how much amount? Everything you can save it from here. This is how you can create a payment entry from here. Okay, once I move back, organization. Okay. Now let's say I want to make a delivery. You can create delivery note to make a delivery. Your stock would be out, but the invoice won't be generated. Let's say you do a stock out and sales invoicing together in one document. You directly create on sales invoice all that see customer purchase order number, everything closer. When you're making making a stock entry via sales invoice, you just have to click on upgrade stock, select the respective warehouse. Okay, which is already there selected in the sales order. Save. The numbers would be generated, print formats would be generated, GST invoicing, every format is already simplified, tax invoice, everything is already there. You can see the additional discount, everything is there in the system itself, which we have, which they have given us in the quotation stage. Everything is following up over here. Once I submit this, now the status has been changed to unpaid. I can pay him. Now we have generated a purchase invoice. We can send this invoice to the customer directly from here. You know, email. We can attach the invoice automatically. We can attach this document. You can have a template over here, defined template, email template. So when let's say for dispatch notifications templates, each details would come in, customer name, contact, automatically would come in and it would go to the customer. All the small changes which I make to this document, it would be coming up at the bottom. No, so it's let's say I want to add a comment to this invoice or have a follow up over it. I can do it here. My team can do it over here itself. They can attach documents over here. All the payments received which is done. So there are two ways to do a payment. You can either create a payment entry directly from here, or create payment, or you go to payment entry. No, click on add payment. You're receiving amount. What is your party type? Let's say you're a customer. What is the customer name? Sample organization. Accounting party balance. From which account to, let's say it is coming to bank. So a bank account. How much amount has been paid? Let's say this is the amount paid. Get outstanding invoices. I can click get outstanding. All the outstanding invoices would come up over here. If it is bank, it would ask me the reference ID and reference date. If there is any deduction or law, TDS, any deduction or any other kind of deduction, you can do it from here itself. Save and submit. Once this is save and submit, I move to the sales invoice. When I go to the sales invoice, I would able to see that the status has been changed to partly invoice. Or see, this is partly paid, so I can see it over here. This is if I open sales invoice list, you can see all the data. The partly paid, this is fully paid. For accounting, you have accounts receivable report and everything. You can see accounts receivable. You can have this receivable summary, customer ledger summary. Everything is there. You have your GST wise sales register, normal sales item wise sales register, invoice and every sales register. Everything is there. All reports are there. Let's say I'll just open accounts receivable report for you. When I open accounts receivable report, this date, aging or customized, you can change it based on your liking. Let's say you want to do 10, 60, 90, or 10, 15, 20, you can do it. You can see customer wise, what is the invoice amount, what is the paid amount, what is the credit note outstanding amount, what is the aging of the report, pending amount, everything, territory, all these things. Let's say this is summary. If you click on accounts receivable, you'll be able to see invoice wise, account wise. As you can see, this is 500 of paid amount. All those details would be fine. Will be able to find which are not allocated or to any customer payment or invoices. Okay, so if you want to find accounting invoices, so all the reports, accounting reports, your uh, trial balance, profit and loss, cash flow, consolidated financial statement, everything you will find it over here in accounts. Then you have basic details, GSTR reports and everything is set over here. 1, 2, 3B. All these reports you'll find over here. You can click on this report. You can download this report. You click export it in PDF, Excel. You can print it in PDF format and everything. So this now, you can once the session is done, you have multiple session defaults over here. You can set a default cost center if you have multiple. You are working on multiple cost centers. So multiple cost centers can be set up over here. And once you save this, it would affect throughout your session. Once you want to change, you can either log out from the system or change the session default. Thank you.